flex. Flex, the livest one in the section. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker hot stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, trains out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Hey, yo, fuck the Super Bowl, y'all.
You know what I mean? So that's the type of channel.
Real shit. Drew Titan, Bronx on
Tank,
deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC.
So that's what he meant.
To y'all in the building, man. Salute to y'all.
Tank don't fight his contemporary. Anybody who don't fight their contemporaries.
We got Viral V Best with Jocelyn. Salute to you. Benching 205 in the Strong House, man. Salute to you, good queen. Thank you for your support. I appreciate y'all. Mac of the South Columbia. Stormy in here with everything. Bernard Gilbert, the Rolly, Jeff Spark, Miss Vanhouter, I see you in the chat. Let's not play with this thing. You already know what it is. We told you this was coming. We got the young guns up here. We not playing. If you guys want to clown around, making millions of dollars, I'm not giving you my money. We got some quality things coming through the rankings. I'd rather support the young guns doing things. Didn't we do this with Devin? Before y'all even knew who Devin was, we did things like this. All we want to see is the work. And so far, we're looking at the work. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, introducing Damazion Vanhouter. Clap it up for the young king and his dad in the building.
How's everybody?
So,
salute to the chat.
Yes, sir. I want you to introduce yourselves and let everyone know who y'all are, and let's get it on.
Damazion Vanhouter, professional boxer. That's my pops.
Cheeks Vanhouter. You can call him Mr. Vanhouter or Cheeks, either one. And I'm a window cleaner. I'm not a boxer. Professional though.
we all working. I drive a bus.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about.
We all working, man. So I want you to tell everyone about y'all, how y'all got into the sport of boxing. When did you know that Damazion had this talent? And we'll just build from there.
All right, so it started. He was playing football. He's kind of selfish when it comes to winning and losing. He didn't like losing when it wasn't his fault. So I watched a lot of MMA boxing back in the day with the wife because she's a senpai in karate. So definitely a combat family. She a black belt. So we was watching Ultimate Fighter, and he was like, "Dad, I want to do that." I was like, "Oh shit, hell yeah, we can do that." You know what I mean? That's no problem. So I took him to the gym, mixed martial arts gym, and it was like $450. I was like, "Nah, we can't do that, sir." So we drove around. I knew a couple of folks, and my man was like, "Yo, bring him to the boxing gym." Took him to the boxing gym. It was like $30 a month. We can do that. You know what I mean? That's no problem. You know what I mean? So in the middle of football, we took him to the gym just to stay in shape. You know what I mean? For a football season.
Right.
But the guys I had him with, the two coaches, they was like, "No, yo, he's pretty good." And I'm like, "He's 6." I'm like, "You know what? Whatever." I didn't think nothing of it. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But football season came. There was another coach on the team that was actually a boxer. He was like, "I heard your kid boxes." I'm like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "Bring him to the crib. I can work with him." I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'll bring him to the crib," because I was trying to get him as much work as possible. Yeah. Sorry about the ambulance.
That's so good.
Okay. So took him over to the crib, and he doing the Mayweather mitts, fast ass mitts, and Mozzie's doing it. I'm like, "Oh shit, this nigga! I didn't know he could do that." You know what I mean? So I was like,
I could do it.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm like, all right, whatever. So his name is Coach Tone. He's like, "Yo, he's good." I'm like, "Come on now." I'm like, "You like the third person to say that?" He's like, "Nah, he got some skills. He's picking up on shit. He got good foot movement." I'm like, he was like, he's throwing the right hand and left hook like it's nothing. I was like, all right, bet. You know what I mean? So we had a choice to make because football season was over. Do we play football for another season, or do we, take this boxing thing a little serious? So we went boxing. You know what I mean? So he got us to a gym because he was like, just a personal coach. So we had to get to a gym where other kids are at. So we got him to another gym where the kids are at. We just took off from right there. He was in a gym with actually this guy named Kazir Goldstein, Shamar Canal, that's his last name. He's on Devin Haney's promotions, I think. And a couple other kids that's still boxing right now that he started with back when he was 7 and 8. And his first fight was against Shamar Canal, but Shamar had like 10 fights. Mozzie didn't have none. But we was new to the game, you know what I mean? We ain't know shit. So we drove 3 hours from Albany to Syracuse for his first fight. We got there at 7. He weighed in, and they was like, he can't fight. And I'm like, nah, hell no. I'm like, I spent gas. I'm like, I'm tired. No, we fighting some fucking body today. You know what I mean? So they was like, nah, he don't have no experience. He don't have no fights. The only kid he can fight has 10 fights, and he a national champion. I'm like, well, if they the same weight, that's all that really matters. They kids. I'm like, shit. Like I said, I was ignorant. I'm like, they kids. What can he do to him at 8 years old that's gonna affect him that much? They was like, all right, if you don't mind. I'm like, hell, I don't mind. But they made them the last bout of the night, and the last bout was 12 o'clock at night. So he got there. We got there at 7. Weighed in and everything. Around 10 o'clock, his coach started warming him up because we didn't know when he was gonna fight. So his coach warmed him up from like 10 in the morning to like 5, 6 in the afternoon, just hitting mitts, moving around. And we didn't know that we wasn't fighting until 12, they told us. Last bout. So he got to the last bout. He did his thing. He was tired of shit. He lost. But when he lost, I'm like, he didn't look that bad against somebody who got 10 fights. You know what I mean? So I'm like, shit, he might got something here. So after that, that's when we just took off. We just stuck with it, got the different gyms, got the work that we needed, and we had another fight in New York. He won that one, and then we relocated to Florida. And then when we got to Florida, that's when everything really popped off.
Also, without dropping any names, somebody caught the eye of y'all, and the same thing that they were telling you when he was smaller had to been the same thing they were telling you when they decided to do business with you. Like this kid got something.
Yes, sir. The same exact things they were saying. His management, when we met them, you know what I mean? When that interaction first happened, when we first had to go for an interview for him, he had to spar a couple people. So after his sparring session, we talked to him. They was like, yo, he got an eye, he got foot movement, he got speed. He basically got it all. He was like, he got the total package. He had no power at the time.
But listen, I'm gonna show everybody something real quick. The fight we was actually just talking about. He's fighting a guy named I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. He's fighting a guy named Kobe Madison from Baltimore. Now listen, y'all. I didn't make this up. I just grabbed any fight that y'all can just get an eye on what I call the big dog. And he's fighting this guy. Just watch. First exchange. Boop. I mean, look, man. I'm not gonna play the whole thing. But the fight was pretty much target practice after that. The first jab knocked his foot from under him, and I said, "Oh shit!" Hey man, look at shout out to Baltimore, but look at it. look at Bing. What the fuck, bro? It was target practice. I noticed that Damazion didn't have. He was in there like he was the veteran. He was very calm. The defense was tight. And well, let me ask Damazion, how did you feel? If you remember, if you can recall, because I don't know exactly when this was. How did you feel going in? Because you know what, I didn't sense any jitters with you. You wasn't nervous. This is what you do. Just tell me how you felt doing that. How did you like getting in that ring?
So that was my first true heavyweight fight. So I was a little nervous, but I also knew my skills and my game plan would work. So I wasn't showing I was nervous because I was just chilling. And after I hit him with the jab, I didn't know I rocked him until I landed it fully and looked away. That's why I knew it was I was like, oh snap, he's stumbling. So it was oh, this easy. And it was just calm.
It was target practice. It was target practice because when you get knocked off balance like that, I mean, I don't know anything about Mr. Madison's record, but at this level, you can't be getting knocked off balance with a jab like that. That was insanity like at his finest. I said, what the hell? And it was target practice. I liked your guard. You was defensively responsible. The punches were sharp. You defended your body very well. And the scary part is, how old are you?
I'm 21 now. I was 20 then. Yeah,
You're not done growing. That's insane, bro.
Yeah.
I don't think although you could drink legally, but
Yeah,
I don't think you have all of your man strength yet. But the
Nope,
skill
you ain't
set,
got that.
the skill set is there. I see it.
Yeah.
I see it. And you're on the right track. Again, without dropping any names, I don't want to know all of that. Y'all are now working on Zuffa.
Yes, sir.
Bro, you guys couldn't have picked a better time to get involved, because you know what's happening right now? The old way of business is grinding to a halt. In the old way of business, I don't think there would have been a window for you guys.
It wasn't. We missed the window. We already seen it. Like
Right.
I said, we've been around checking out everything. You know what I mean? And every time he was getting to a point to where we was like, okay, let's push it, something else happened. Like PBC, we seen them crumbling. MTX Global, when they first started, and that whole Daniel Canahan thing, we was looking at them.
Oh boy!
But it was like
tomorrow.
Like,
I'm cooking.
Yeah, that whole thing went left a little bit. You know what I mean? So then everybody else, it was like there's no networks, and he was always just looking for networks. You know what I mean? That's one thing. His manager wanted to make sure everybody could see him. So they just took it back, back step until somebody came around who had the TV time, basically. And that was Zuffa.
Man, it's timing. Because right now, Zuffa, it's in its infancy. But at this point, it's exponential in growth. So y'all are in at the right time. I think y'all are in at the right time. And, mess around, D going to be the flagship if he keeps doing that work, man. Stormy, I know you want to get in here and give you your 10 cents, man. Come on in. I know he's on mute. You're on mute, Stormy. I know. There you go.
Sorry about that. It takes a little time here. Listen, you guys, I saw Mozzie for the first time in his most recent fight, but I'm very impressed. And Drew can tell you guys that I don't, speak on talents unless, I see something. And guys that are hyped up and everything, I'll get in there and I'll dismiss that stuff right away. Like, there's a young man over there in the UK right now, same age.
Oh,
Moses.
We know about Moses. Yeah, we want that smoke.
And they singing his praises.
Yes,
but I'm going to tell you
for a while.
I see more in Mozzie than I see in Moses. And that's for real. That's not praising or glazing or anything. Sometimes it's just like college recruiters. They have to know what they're looking for the market. You know what I mean? And this young man, he's a lot of talent and ability.
Appreciate that.
Thank you, boss.
Yeah, that's real talk, man. Because one thing I'll give the UK is they are what the American fight fans used to be in the 90s and in the 80s.
With backing their fighters.
Like that.
Back everybody up there.
We used to be like that. We're not like that anymore. I don't know. I think these fanatics today, they're like women. If you pop in and they like your hair and whatever, you got an excessive amount of tattoos, if you look like a street dude, or if they're from your town or whatever, these grown-ass men will like you.
Yeah.
Until the next person comes along and then you have a bad stretch and all of a sudden it's a problem. I call it the Ja Rule 50 Cent effect, if y'all remember what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do.
I could not turn on the damn radio without hearing a Ja Rule song or him featuring on somebody's song. And then 50 Cent seemingly came out of nowhere and dethroned him in one summer.
One summer.
And pretty much killed him. And the same chicks that were head over heels for Ja Rule were now 50 Cent maniacs. That's how I look at these fans. It's like, yo, what is wrong with y'all? You know, and one thing I'll give the UK is that, you know, Frank Warren at Queensberry, he got the heavyweights on lock over there. He has all the smoke over there. But outside of like basic level competition, there aren't any world beaters over there. It's just like, okay, I'd like to see them match up. But there isn't one person that I could say that stands out from the rest. You got to understand, Usyk is on his way out. Yeah. And, you know, God knows who else. The big dogs are really on their way out. So now we're making room for that next person. They're not even looking at America.
Nope.
They're not. Yeah. And we need one. We need one. And like Stormy said, like you had just fought the other week. You just fought. And Stormy said, this kid, Damazion, I said, bro, his parents be in the chat.
Yes,
he said, you say what? I said, yes, that's their parents in the chat. That's his parents. I said, man, we're going to get him on the show in about a week. He said, man, this kid is good. And Stormy has an eye for this stuff. And respectfully to Moses Atuma, they're looking for their next AJ because, believe it or not, AJ is on his way out. Yeah, but the reality is AJ never was that guy.
Facts.
AJ never was that guy. He never was.
That's why he ducked Wilder the whole time.
He did.
And they are more preoccupied with making stars than cultivating talent.
Right.
See, that's the difference. You see, you can be a guy that garnishes fanfare and everything, but you still got to go to school. Mm-hmm. You still got to go to class. You got to study for your exams and everything. Yeah, it's nice to be popular, but it's even better to be the best at what you do.
Yeah. Facts.
And see, nowadays they have it misconstrued because of social media. Popularity doesn't translate into a person being able to set forth on the path of legacy, where he'll be a memorable presence in this sport. Right. Because boxing is an individual sport. It's not a team sport. See, you can be a slacker on the team and not giving you 100% effort and everything. And there are other guys who can pick up the slack and compensate for you. And when they win, everybody wins. But see, as a fighter, you're the one individual. And when AJ was out there doing what he was doing, they were so busy trying to make him a star. They saw opportunity to get title belts. They snared that, but his growth stopped as soon as he got those title belts. Right. They should have brought better coaches in to work with him and cultivate what was raw talent there under the surface. They opted to go for superstardom instead. And that's why his career has been off track like it has been.
And like you guys are saying about the promoters, Eddie don't mind that his career's off track. Eddie was getting that money from Joshua just by the look because they made him a star. You know what I mean? Right. Yeah, they was mad that he lost, but overall they were still making money off of him. You know what I mean? So I definitely understand what you're saying on that, Stormy.
Yeah, and they stunned his growth. The whole time they were building him as a star. What they should have been doing is educating him as a boxer. Because he had a lot of flaws, and they relied on a smear campaign to keep him away from Wilder. I clearly remember that, you know, when we was talking about just making the fight, we was one fight away from an undisputed black heavyweight champion. We was one fight away from that, and we never got it. Because while we're talking about making the fight, they were talking about seat sales. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not a part of that conversation. Yeah, I'm not a part. Yeah. Give me the fights, man. I'm willing to pay my money to watch. And at that time, I was supporting Anthony Joshua. I said, hey, man, y'all got that brother over here. We got our brother over here. May the best man win. Let's get it. And I've never seen that was the first time. Well, no, it wasn't the first time, because the first time was Manny Pacquiao and Floyd. That took 4 years to make, and I was annoyed with it. But I didn't think that I'd see it after that, because I thought the boxing supporters, I thought we learned a valuable lesson. Either we're going to get the fights or we're not. And when Eddie Hearn got a hold of everything, he threw it in the garbage, and he was buying tickets and reselling them, talking about AJ sells out the O2 Arena or Wembley faster than Michael Jackson. And I was like, that's not accurate. And then when they put the new restrictions on him, his very next fight was where? In my city, in New York. And what happened?
Andy Ruiz.
He got his ass kicked. And I said it, I shared this story a lot, but it bears repeating. AJ got his ass drugged when he came here. They drugged his ass. A buddy of mine, he passed during the pandemic. I went to work that day. I could have went to the fight for free, but I said, man, he gonna knock out this kid, whatever. Because if you remember, it was supposed to be Jarrell Miller, and that didn't work.
It was a late switch over.
It was a late switch. They brought in Andy. Andy had just won his fight. Well, no, I think that was after the Parker fight, and that was a little bit of a robbery. They brought him in, so he was already trained and hot.
No,
and,
that Parker came before. He had fought that guy, the big Ukrainian dude.
yeah, you're right. You're right.
The Chinko guy. He was big, 6'6" guy, and Andy beat the crap out of that guy.
You're right. You're right.
But Top Rank still cut him loose. They cut him loose after that fight.
They cut him loose, and Andy was about to leave boxing. He was about to leave, and they caught him while he was hot. They brought him in as a punching bag. My buddy, when I was at work, he was calling me off the hook. Then my other buddy called me. I answered the phone. I said, yo, I was at work, bro. He said, you ain't see what happened? I said, no. He said, AJ lost. I said, man, stop trolling me. He said, I swear to God. He said, Andy dropped him like 4 times. I said, you're kidding. So then I said, let me call you back. So I called my boy back. He said, bro, I called you hours ago about that. I said, well, how bad was it? Did he get hit on the temple, never get his legs back? He says, nah, I was calling you. I was down by this dude's locker room. He said, the motherfucker comes out the locker room with no sneakers on, sweating, looking like he about to cry. He said, who's the tall white guy with the hair? I said, he said, the James Bond looking dude. I said, that got to be Eddie Hearn. He said, he was on the phone talking about, I don't know what's wrong with him. So I said, well, what the fuck was that? Then there was rumors about him having a panic attack. No. If you go back and watch the fight, I don't remember which round it is, but when they put the mic over his corner, AJ's sitting there with his arms up talking about, why do I feel this way? They drugged him. They got his ass.
Damn.
They got his ass. His father was so pissed off that he went at Eddie in the ring, and AJ had to stop him and says, no, it's not them, it's me. Mm-hmm. They drugged that dude, bro. They drugged him. And that's where the race thing comes in. They want to let you know at any time we can get you. Deontay, we got him off that saddle just to let him know. AJ, you might be a GOAT down the line, but we're going to give you this loss to let you know at any time we can pull that fucking plug on you. And that's what that was about. And nobody thought he'd lose to Andy fucking Ruiz in New York underneath all those lights. And I watched that fight. Now, I laughed and I said, hey, man, this is good for him. But then when I went back and watched it again, I said, yo, they got AJ, bro. They got him.
Yeah, he wasn't right.
They got him. They got him. Stormy, I see you come off mute. You want to add to that? Yeah, they got his ass. I was like shocked.
Whoever bet on Andy, like you said, they drugged him. Whoever bet on Andy, they made a lot of money that night.
They made a lot of money.
Crazy. Yeah, his odds is crazy. I want to say he was like plus 1,500 or something like that. Yeah,
you made money that night. If you bet on Andy, you made money that night. This fight right here I have pulled up. This guy, his name was Dante Williams.
Yep.
Hey, bro, you beat the shit out of him. This is body, right hand. Oof. Boom, boom, boom. Look at those hooks. Is that your favorite punch, the left hook?
Anything on my left hand, honestly.
Oh yeah?
Just my left arm, my favorite thing to throw.
Wow. So did you like are you a student of the game, or is this just something that you do naturally? Do you watch film, or do you just keep it in the gym?
I watch film in the gym, everything. Like, I watch film, but it's like old fighters, never new. I always trying to like pick up certain things.
Wow.
It's not really new fighters. I don't really watch anybody new, honestly. I'll just watch who's big and like in big fights and stuff. That's what I watch, but usually just old fights and try to learn some stuff.
You have a favorite old fighter you used to watch? Are you like watching?
One that I watch now is Larry Holmes because his jab. That's him, and Riddick Bowe. That's what I've been watching lately because the jab.
Yeah.
I'm checking my jab better.
Riddick, when he was on this game, he was a dog, man. But everyone knows Larry Holmes. I got a quick story about Larry Holmes. The last event, it was a couple of years ago. They had a big event, and one of the brothers from the Bronx was headlining. Mm-hmm. And I was in Madison Square Garden. It was in the theater. And I look over my shoulder, and I'm like, oh, shit, that's Larry Holmes, who's with his wife. Now, Larry Holmes is my dad's favorite fighter. Mm-hmm. So he's walking, and he's super friendly, shaking hands. And I say, hey, man, my dad, you're my dad's favorite fighter. And he said, is he still with us? I said, oh, yeah, he's alive. He said, well, call him. I was like, oh, shit. So I called my father on the phone. My father was sleeping. He walks up. He said, hey, hello. I said, Dad, wake up. Dad, wake up. He said, yeah, well, what's the problem? I said, I'm talking with Larry Holmes right now. Larry takes the phone. He says, hey, young man, how you doing? And he's talking with him. You know, and we walked about 20 feet. He said, yeah, man, you know, I'm about to go inside, man. I just want to say hello, man. Your son's over here, and we out here working, man. And he gave me back the phone, and it just happened so fast. And I said, Dad, you there? He says, yeah. Was that Larry Holmes? I was like, yeah. I'm telling you, that was Larry Holmes. He said, oh, shit. Oh, okay. He said, because you know I was asleep, right? I said, yeah. I said, all right, man, go back to sleep. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Next day, he calls me. He says, was I dreaming? Did you call me last night and put me on the phone with Larry Holmes? I said, yes, that really happened. He was talking to the Eastern Assassin. I swear to God. He was like, oh, man. And I got video. And I never uploaded it. But I got video, and I showed him. I said, I swear to God, you was on the phone with Larry Holmes. That was wild, man. But Larry, if you go back and watch Larry Holmes, man, if you was able to get past that jab, that wasn't the end of the story, because then Larry would fight you. Mm-hmm. Larry would fight you. And I always maintain, by the time Mike Tyson got to him, Larry Holmes was about 5 years out of his prime. Because had Mike Tyson fought the Larry Holmes that fought Ernie Shavers, I don't think Mike would have made it.
Hell no.
I don't think he'd have made it.
How the Shavers that fight. That was a great fight.
Brother, I don't know how the hell Larry got up from, because Ernie Shavers was knocking people into the future when he caught you clean.
Conscious.
I don't know how that man got up off the floor. That was wild. I said, what is he? I watched that. I saw it, but then when I got older, I watched it again, and I'm like, how did Larry get up? How the hell did he get up? That was all heart. And you talk to some of these fighters, they'll tell you, when I got knocked down, I don't remember what I did after that. You know, we had William Jaffe on here years ago. Mm-hmm. And he said after Felix Trinidad knocked him down the first time, he doesn't remember shit else after that. I said, what are you talking about? You got up and fought back. He says, I know, but I don't remember shit else after that. I was like, William, hold on. I mean, you got stopped, but that was like a few rounds later. You got up. He says, I know, but I don't remember shit after getting up. I had to go back and watch the film.
That was all hard.
He didn't remember anything. He don't remember anything. Wild stuff, man. We have Freddie Pendleton, who I talked to. You ever saw when he fought Felix Trinidad?
No, I haven't seen that one.
No, sir.
I talk about how dirty this sport is, right?
Mhm.
Let me pull it up on YouTube. I'm gonna show you something, and you tell me what you see. Watch this. Pendleton versus Trinidad.
Hey, baby.
I'm gonna find the cleanest version, because I remember watching this when it happened, when the actual fight happened, and you couldn't tell me that Freddie. You couldn't tell me that Freddie ain't throw this fight. And I always said back in the 90s, I said, man, if I ever talk to this guy, I'm gonna ask him how much they paid you to do this. Now look at this. That's Freddie in the dark blue. That's Felix on the left side. Now tell me what happens.
You look a little
Keep
tender
watching.
right now.
Keep watching. Keep watching. I'm watching it like, okay. He's slipping. Nothing's landing. He can't touch Freddie. Nothing.
Yeah, he ain't let nothing clean yet.
Now, what the fuck just happened, bro?
What was that right there?
Mhm.
Who did he look at when he walked over?
He took in the wrong air when he was breathing.
Now,
Yeah.
I'm watching this. It was 90. I want to say 94, 95, maybe when this happened. And I'm looking at this like, what the hell? I said, this brother just threw the fight, man. Get Freddie Pendleton out of here. And he's a Hall of Fame fighter.
Yeah, that was
Years
weird.
later.
Like I said, the look over.
Yeah. Years later, I asked him, Freddie, what the fuck was that, bro? He said, oh, you don't know? I said, no, I don't know. I'm asking you. He says, my fucking trainer poisoned me in between those rounds.
Damn.
Yep. He said, I was making Tito miss. I'm winning rounds. And if you go back and watch this fight, he was winning.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody's supposed to mess with your nose unless you're bleeding.
Yeah.
He goes to sit down. His trainer puts something up his nose and he slaps it away like, what the fuck you doing? He says, no, you had some blood. He said, there was nothing wrong with me. Right?
He didn't get hit.
The next round, he started feeling dizzy. He winced. Tito hits him with a body shot, and this is the result, and he don't beat the count. That's what happened.
Oh,
So
damn
then I
trainer.
said, well, Freddie, are you sure your trainer, did something to you? He said, the motherfucker bought a house cash. And I know we wasn't paying him that much. How the fuck he buy the house?
Damn. And the cash.
Yeah. Yep.
Damn, it's a dirty ass business.
Yeah. Yep.
Nah.
And they did that to him. And when I went back and found the fight in its entirety, it's on YouTube. You got to look for it. The rounds in between, you know what they were doing? They went backstage to talk to another fighter because this wasn't the main event. They went and talked to another fighter that was headlining. The round that this happened in, and I said, it's funny how the cameras turned away to talk to some guy in the locker room when this shit was done.
Yeah, so they
That
don't
is-
show it in the corner like they normally do. That's crazy.
That's right. That's right. This is a scumbag business. This is a scumbag business. And I watched this and I said, Freddie, that is unfortunate because I watched this happen And I really thought you just laid down for this kid, man. He's fucked up in the face because he put some shit up his nose. He was in the fight, and I promise you, Tito never touched him clean the whole fight. Tito never touched him clean, and nobody remembers this, but I remembered it because when my brother Trick Nolte got a hold of him, I said, man, Freddie, I said, I remember him throwing that fight with Felix Trinidad. I said, I'm going to ask him about that. And I found it on YouTube. He says, go to the knockout and tell me what you see. And I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, I said, I thought you threw the fight. He said, nah, my trainer put some shit up my nose. And as the round went on, I saw 3 Felix in there. I was like, what the fuck did he put? He said, I don't know. But he put some shit up my nose. And I said, my nose, he was like, my nose wasn't bleeding or anything. He said, these guys did that to me. So when you reach a certain level and you're not with the in crowd, things like that is going to happen to you. Things like that's going to happen to you. And all I could do is say, Floyd Mayweather is suing Showtime for $340 million, which means all of that money flaunting he was doing, it was all bullshit. It was all bullshit, because if you're walking around and your back end money is on the upside of $340 million, that's weird. That is so weird. I mean, I look, if my job shortchanged me 50 cents, I'm at the crew like, yo, hold on.
Yep.
That's not what this is. We ain't doing this.
Yeah.
You understand? $340 million. And then you see what Adrian Broner said. He did an interview where it's like, all right, we know we owe you X amount of dollars, but every week we're going to give you $2,500 until everything eases out.
I heard it was like, he said 400 in one interview. I don't know if that's the same interview.
It went all the way down. It was 25.
Okay, yeah. He was like, he was giving me $400 a week or something like that. $400 a month.
Going into the direct deposit, he got to move his money around because Uncle Sam wants his money first. But you got to pay your bills. So these guys ain't been paying their taxes because they can't afford to. These guys mismanage their money. Now Floyd talking about, in the meantime, he wants to run it back with Pacquiao and then get back in the rankings. He's going to get killed. He's almost 50 years old, bro. I don't care how good you look. No, Father Time's undefeated. There's a lot. I feel good, but I promise you, I am not the same guy I was when I was 21. I promise you.
Exactly.
That's just, that's just what it is. So that's what I'm saying. You guys are coming in at the right time. Because right now with Zuffa and Turkey Al Sheik or whatever, they're coming in the game with real money. And all you got to do right now is earn your spot. Keep winning. If you win, you're going to be rewarded. At the same time, you guys got to monitor your surroundings. Because you may or may not know, we talk about it all the time with Deontay Wilder. If you look at his camp from 6 years ago and look at the camp now, there's a lot of faces you don't see anymore.
Yeah.
A lot of faces. And Mark Breland, and you won't know the names, but there's a lot of guys that I have met and they're just not there anymore because they were all a part of that shit. So keep your camp light and tight.
Well, it's a good thing about our camp. We got around 6 people, as coach, strength and conditioning, cut man, management, him, myself, and my wife. Our circle's so small, sometimes me and my wife laid out the circle. That's how tight knit we keep it. You know what I mean? Just to make sure everything runs smooth. But yeah, we've been with the same people for the last 5, almost 6 years.
Good. That's a good look. That's a good look.
For almost 5 years. But yeah, we got one when he was 16. So, and we've been rocking with them ever since.
Man, that's brilliant, man. Even Bill Haney could tell you, the shit that they've gone through. I mean, some of the shit is not for the airwaves. Some of the shit I know about, but it's not for me to tell, but you got to monitor your surroundings because these people are snakes. And this is, when I tell you, this is the most scumbaggiest business. And I can't believe that I still love this damn game. But I'm on the outside watching it. But when I talk to fighters that are just like you guys, you're just getting your feet wet. Yeah, you're gonna be at that level soon. You're gonna have to start watching, Who's that guy? Why is he
Everything.
bringing me this Gatorade? Who is that guy? Who is that guy bringing me? Where'd you get this food from? You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Bring your own, bro. Bring your own goddamn. When you go to a city, go to your Walmart and make your own, prep your own stuff. Get your own grocery. Don't order no room service. Don't do none of that because somebody's trying to offset you. Trust no one. The 6 you got, that's it. Don't let people buddy up to you and start, hey man, just hanging around. Nah, fuck that. You don't know what's genuine. Let time reveal that truth.
Yeah.
Because at this level, oh my God, bro. Oh my God. What they did to Deontay, oh my God, man. And it all came back to me. Deontay just had that situation in the UK with Simon Jordan. I'm gonna cook that fool tomorrow.
Oh, that damn interview.
I'm cooking that fool tomorrow. This thing with Daniel Kinahan, people have short-term memories. And this is the racial aspect of it. Simon Jordan says, I'm not a Kinahan guy, and I don't want these guys around boxing, and I'm not a Fury guy. But he didn't cheat Deontay. How?
Yeah.
How? So everything is illegal when it comes to those guys. But he didn't cheat Deontay. And this is a known cheater with a gangster. And by the way, his fat, stinking white ass can't come to America because of his association with Deontay. And I want to know, has Simon Jordan ever, spoken about that? And fat ass Rolly Martin. Not Rolly Martin. I said Rolly Martin. I'm sorry.
Rolling.
Is it
Rolly Martin? Jason
Shitcock. Not Rolly Martin.
Yeah, there you go. Jason
Whitlock. He's just a grifter. He don't know shit about boxing. And he's a fat. I'm trying to watch my mouth nowadays. That N-word is a fat piece of ash. That's what he is. That's what he is. And I told everyone to send me getting on him. And I will debate him on his show. I don't want to talk about nothing else but the sport of boxing. And I will drag him. And if he goes anywhere else other than boxing, if he tries to question my integrity as a black man, I'll question his integrity as a black heterosexual man. He does not want to go there. Don't tell me, Christian, that what I'm supposed to be doing as a black man, I'm already doing it. But what are you doing telling me what to do when you're not married yourself? You haven't procreated yourself. And you walking in the righteous steps of Christ. Meanwhile, you on gay websites. He don't want to go nowhere else but boxing with me. He might want to leave that shit alone. I want that smoke. But see, these are the things, Damazion, these are the things you're going to be up against. Once you start catching wind, there's going to be people from rival cities taking it somewhere where it don't need to go. They're going to have favorite fighters. They're going to root against you. And it's going to be people that look just like you. And I'm telling you, do not play into it. You could be proud. You could be proud, whatever the ethnicity is, you can be proud. But you know what I've learned? Sometimes you ain't got to put your people on your back. Because not everybody needs to be there. We told Deontay that you love your people to a fault. And he had to learn some hard lessons on his own as he moved forward. It's called failing forward. And he got to a place where he says, I said, what the fuck am I doing this for? You know what you're doing it for? Your daughter. You're doing it for us, the people that respect you and fucks with you. That's who you're doing it for. I'd rather have 150 real people in my chat than 1,000 people in my chat just rooting for me because it's the thing to do. You know why? Because I know they're whores. And they'll disappear once I hit a rough spot. You understand? Yep. We never abandon fighters that we support. We have a direct line. Black Fight Fan got a direct line to Errol Spence. Bill could pop up on me right now. You know what I'm saying? Deontay's on the show. We don't abandon ship. When that thing happened between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, I flew out to St. Martin that morning. The phone calls that I got from people that I thought were cool It was disgusting. I mean, it's 5 a.m. I'm trying to catch a flight with the family, and I'm looking at my text, and I'm like, what in the name of turncoat is this shit? It was bad. It was bad. And I'm like, whoa, these guys that had my phone number, not my DMs or nothing. These are people that had my phone number, and they were trolling and texting. I'm like, yo, and I just asked, what's this about? Then you find out they're Tank guys. I said, well, Tank ducked Devin. And although you want that to be Tank so bad, that was Ryan that did that. That wasn't Tank, because Tank ducked Devin. What? I said, by the way, the sun's barely up. Why are you texting me at 5 in the fucking morning? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? So I cussed out everybody that did that, blocked them. I made a video with their names in it. I dragged them. I fly to St. Martin. I land. I get a phone call. Yo, Drew, don't say nothing, because we just trying to find out. I'm like, what, man? Yo, Ryan cheated. What was he on? Because I knew he was overweight. What was he on? Nandrolone and Ostarine. And I think there was something else. I said, well, look, I don't want to go through this because I know what comes with it. I hoped that VADA was wrong. I hoped that the New York State Athletic Commission was wrong, because I know what comes with it. And I said, look, I know what's going to happen. They're going to say we're race baiting, and Ryan just lost, and Devin just lost, and once it's proven that he's a cheater, they're going to start saying how the drugs didn't matter because Devin fought the wrong fight. No, you can't dismiss he came in overweight. You can't dismiss that he had a banned substance in his system. And then when all of that came to fruition, it played out just how I said it. What I didn't see was him revealing himself to be a racist. I didn't see that coming. And what hurt so bad, what I had these niggas still riding with Ryan. That broke me. That broke me, man, because you knuckle draggers can't get on code for 2 fucking seconds. And then it dawned on me, what did I tell D? You got to let these people go. I love my black people.
Yeah.
But I think niggas should be hanging from a tree by their neck. And that's just it. So I said all that to say this. Learn the difference between the two if you don't already know it, because it's going to happen to you. It's going to happen. Every nigga in prison ain't Nelson Mandela. Some motherfuckers need to be there. And I'm just very blunt out here. I'm just very blunt. These YouTube channels, do your own research. But you might hear us say a name or two, and there's a reason why we don't deal with certain people. You're going to be in a position where you're going to go on a win streak. You're going to catch their eye. They're going to be reaching out to you. All I can tell you is do your research. I'm not gonna tell y'all where to go. Just do your research.
Didn't mean to cut you off. Me and Mom got a hit list of people that we already did our research on. You know what I mean? So overall, for Mozzie, he's just a fighter. But me and Mom definitely takes care of that side piece of know who to talk to, who to chat with, and who to push forward with. You know what I mean? Because there's some snakes out here, and there's some people that don't need him on their platform. It's just that simple.
Real shit. Because these people are snakes in the grass. I don't care how big their channel is. I don't care how small it is. You got to be careful, because some of these people ain't for you. Now, once we see that you're putting in the work, we support the work. Win or lose, we support the work. And you caught Sensei's eyes, and you popped up in the chat, and I said, let me see what the young man's doing. And I'm like, man, you already fighting like you a veteran right now. You know what I'm saying? And you never stop growing as a competitor. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure, Mozzie, your parents is going to tell you, all right, there's going to be a breakout fight, but you're going to be making a good piece of change. You're going to be higher in the rankings. Leave them damn girls alone, man. Leave those girls alone. Leave girls alone, bro.
To tell them.
Leave the girls alone.
Yeah, I got something to add. And forgive me, guys. I'm here the whole time, but sometimes I got to mute my background because I'm working. But I just want to say to Mozzie, check this out. I heard you say, at least I think I heard you say that you do watch film, right? That you do check out people, fighters. I'm going to tell you something about that. as far as heavyweights, did I hear you mention Larry Holmes?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's very good. Because when you're watching heavyweights that have the ability to dictate the tempo of a fight, control distance, and things of that nature, it's very important to know which ones that you can take something from. Do not focus on the ones who had specific gifts and everything. Like, let's just talk about Muhammad Ali for a second. Ali was born with an athleticism and a gift for certain speed and reflective reactions that is not the normal trait in fighters. So he shouldn't be on the table. But I do have a throwback suggestion for you. And this is someone you can study for a long time because there's a lot of film on him. Pay attention to Joe Louis.
Joe Louis.
Pay attention to Joe Louis because there's a reason that he was heavyweight champion for 12 years. Did you hear what I said? 12.
Yeah.
12 years.
Over a decade.
And there were men on the other side of him, you know, that competed that were tremendous fighters. And I mean, you're talking about guys like Jersey Joe, and you had other guys, excuse me, that were Ezra Charles, but Joe had a technical proficiency, and he threw short shots, and he had a shotgun jab. But when he got within a certain range, he could take a guy out with a 6-inch punch.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's a lost art. And it is an art and it is a craft. It's not being taught a lot right now. In fact, it hasn't been taught because some of those old school trainers like that, they're no longer around. And even the disciples where they pass things on, some of them have left some of the tradition, behind. And that's unfortunate because when you think about those men, think about how legendary they were, the Sugar Ray Robinsons and the Joe Lewises and the Archie Moores. They were so good that they lasted not only beyond their careers, but into other generations because of their technical proficiency. Footwork is everything. You shouldn't be doing those Van Damme spreading of the legs. Your feet shouldn't spread farther than the width of your shoulders. And the reason that is because you can get out of the range of a shot quickly and more easier and smoothly. You can shuffle into the range of a shot the same. And as you learn to properly throw with your shots from the pivot of your foot up to your waist, up to your elbow, to your wrist, to the end of your fist, where the final snap is, turning into those shots. And it requires very little motion. The economy of motion is what's most effective about that. So like I said, my suggestion, check out Joe Louis. And I'm not telling you to fight like him. I'm saying that because when you see his success and what he was able to do to his opponents. And then there's one other thing, and this is very important. Always keep in your mind when being offensive, combinations in fights, not one big shot.
Mm-hmm.
The big shots can take more out of you, wasting your stamina and exasperating you, as opposed to when you let your hands go. Because see, you can throw a series of fast shots and mix, say like you threw a 6-punch combination. 2 of them should be really got some meat on them. But the other ones is to move the guy in a position for you to do something to him. You see what I'm saying? And that's something important. And when I watched your fight, your last fight, I saw your hand speed. And that's what I was really excited to see, because I'm like, man, this kid, I like what I'm seeing. And that was just my first time seeing him. And I'm like, look at him. He like Drew said earlier in this show, he said, you fight like a guy that has much more years under your belt than you do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Don't lose that. Don't lose that.
I got you.
But that's what I wanted to share, man. And you know, but keeping, you know, and also study guys that you may even face one day.
Mm.
It's nothing wrong with that. All you doing is going to school. You know what
That's
I'm
right.
saying?
That's right.
I got you.
You'll find a lot. You'll find a lot if you're looking at the guys that they putting on the pedestal. You're looking at it's homework at this point. By the time you get to them, you know them better than they know themselves, because they're all creatures of habit at this point. Especially at that level, they feel, okay, I'm winning. I ain't got to change anything. So by the time you get the Moses Atuma, let me tell you what's going to happen. What can happen? I'm not no psychic, but if the opportunity comes for you to fight a guy like Moses Atuma, and they start tap dancing, talking about location and money, and it's like, whoa, what's that? This should be a gimme fight. You want to beat the American, right? What are you really up to right now? They're ducking and dodging. And this is no shade to Moses, but if I'm going to pick a guy out that bunch in the UK, it's not Moses. He's marketable. I get it. He's a handsome lad with the good hair. I get it. I get it. He's not the guy. You know who the guy is over there? Fabio Wortley's the guy.
Worley, yeah.
Wortley's the guy. That guy dangerous.
Yeah.
But Moses Atuma's not that guy. Well, here's what I'm gonna say. He's not trash, but I'm picking Fabio over everybody over there. That's what I'm saying.
That's a fact. Yeah.
But they want that neck. They need that marketing. AJ was the perfect specimen for them. He came in there looking like a model, and he could fight a little bit. He had a little bit of heart. He wasn't wholly trash, but when it came to time to him to test his mettle, he didn't do it. Remember I said, all I see is the work. I see what you do and what you don't do. AJ was supposed to make that fight happen with Deontay. Deontay was giving up everything, and they said no. That's my problem with Tank Davis. Bro, you're the A side in all directions. From 126 to 147, you're the A side. There was no excuse for him not to fight. I'm going to put this picture up because I always do it. Look at this. The only person he fought on this list was Lamont Roach, and he fought him to a draw.
Yeah.
There was no Loma.
Opportunities.
Yup. There was no Mikey Garcia. There was no Loma. There was no Linares. And I'm not going to say that everybody can beat him. I'm just saying he didn't do it. He didn't even try.
Still a fight. Fight against the contemporaries. That's all we ask.
That's all I ask, because I'm the goddamn consumer. I'm paying for this. What I'm not gonna do. Who the fuck was Hector Garcia?
Now, here's me. I ain't paying for that fight.
No, here's a mind fuck. They'll tell you, hey man, Devin ain't do anything to earn a Tank fight. He don't sell no numbers. Let me show you something. None of these fighters had pay-per-view buys prior to fighting Tank. They say, oh, well, Devin only that 200 to 450,000 buys was not enough to get a Tank Davis fight. But all of these guys, they weren't even on pay-per-view prior to fighting him. And I'm gonna tell you something else. With the exception of I think Mario Barrios, they haven't been on pay-per-view headlining since.
Yeah.
They haven't headlined because right after Ryan Garcia lost, he fought at the Toyota Center. They had to close off half of the damn arena, and it was on free TV. Devin has been on pay-per-view since then. So, you know, how could I believe? This is why I don't talk to these fanatics, because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. We're talking boxing here, man. I just want to see the work. I want to see the work. I never hated on Tank. I just said, hey, this kid is the best. I said, well, he got some contemporaries. I want to see him do it. Then all of a sudden, I'm a hater. I'm like, what the? How does that work? Me asking you to do your job. I never asked this kid. I don't know the kid. I never asked him to be a boxer. But since you're doing it and you're getting celebrated, I want to see if the fighting skill matches the celebration. And I haven't seen it. You knocked out a bunch of people you were supposed to, except Lamont Roach, who you brought up from a lower weight class. You fought to a draw, and now you don't want to run it back. I didn't want you to fight him in the first place, but now since you did it, you have unfinished business. You was trying to duck that. So these are the things that drive us crazy over here. You the best, prove it. If you working, I'm gonna talk about you. If you're not working, I'm gonna let you know, yeah, you know, he's doing good, but he got this guy and that guy. He could have fought this guy and that guy, but he fought this guy and got money. You see, Zuffa, they're not doing that. Yeah. There's definitely gonna be one face and one name over there. And now these motherfuckers are talking about the Muhammad Ali Act. The people screaming and crying about that, they can't even spell that man's name. You wasn't worried about that.
They didn't know what the Muhammad Ali before. Nothing. Nobody worried about it before. You know, because people, you know, hit me up. Yo, why is he over there? I'm like, he's over there because he can fight. We're not scared to fight anybody. You know what I mean? Everybody was like, well, they're like 50-50 fights. No shit. That's what it's supposed to be. If we can fight, we can fight. Yeah. Point blank serious. So like I said, a lot of people hit us up like, oh, you shouldn't have signed. You should have took a different route. You can still make his name up by fighting these little shows. No. I know he good. You know what I mean? I know for a fact he fucking good. I seen him. So I don't care who he fight against. I know he ain't gonna get his ass whooped. You know what I mean? But Zuffa was the place to go because they had the fights. Period. They was like, we're gonna make you fight.
Like I said, you guys got in at the perfect time because the old way of doing things is on its way out. And now you're looking, PBC owes people money. They can't, from what it's looking like, they can't sue Al Heyman because of his title. And I'm gonna drop the bomb probably on Tuesday. It's in writing. You can't, because of his title as advisor, you can't really sue him. And they signed with those conditions. I'm gonna read it to you on Tuesday. I'm gonna read it. And Top Rank has no, like you said, they have no network. I think they're fighting on Tubi now.
Tubi, yeah, they was on Tubi. We watched Xander on Tubi.
Right. So Top Rank done. PBC's done. All right. What's Matchroom doing? Oh, I'm sorry. They're working with Turkey Al Sheikh. And Queensbury's doing the same thing. So you guys are in the right place. And, well, I mean, what the hell? Carlos, and I don't like talking about Carlos Tata Boldemir because he's a PDF file. If you know, you know. But when he won his belt, he had to give it up because he couldn't afford to keep it because of the sanctioning fees.
Exactly.
Now, what are these sanctioning bodies doing when you got to give up a quarter of your purse or whatever it is? Imagine you just got your first $150,000 payday and you got to give their asses 50 grand. Why?
It's no bueno. No bueno.
No, you guys, you're in the right place at the right time.
Yes, sir.
Now, I want to talk to Mazi about training. What is camp like?
Camp, I train twice a day, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Boxing and strength conditioning every morning. From boxing at 8, strength conditioning at 11:30 on those days, and boxing at 8 o'clock every day.
What's your diet like?
I can take that over because I'm the chef.
Okay.
Basically, rice and meat. You know what I mean? Whatever his strength and conditioning coach lets him know, that's what I make him. But whatever he does on the side, that's on him. Chipotle, snacks, I don't know about that. I know what I make him to take to the gym. It's a very good diet. You know what I mean? To weight gaining meals.
So what's the caloric intake around like for a daily?
He gets 3 cups of rice, 32 ounces of meat, which is on the steak, no vegetables, and he does that. I do 3 meals of that, and then he does whatever he does in the middle of that. But I make sure he has his workout meal and his dinner, and he does anything in between.
So you say about 2,500 to 3,000 because he's working out. He's going to burn a lot of that off.
Yeah, it's probably a little more. There, he's still growing. So we started that. He started pro at 150. You know what I mean? So this is all natural weight that he's been gaining. So he has a real high metabolism. Like his
Yeah.
first heavyweight fight, he was only 204, and the last one he weighed in, he was on 217. So he's still growing, but he ain't putting no weight on him. But yeah, he
Right.
burns that shit off real quick.
Oh boy, man, I miss those days. You just burn shit off. I can't do it now, man. You know, I keep my caloric intake between 2,000 and maybe 22, because I'm 50 years old now. You know what I mean? When my knee, you know, I just had some knee surgery, but I jog a mile a day. Haven't done it since my knee was messed up, but it's coming back. And I jump rope for 3 rounds. Jump some rope. I love jumping rope. You like jumping rope?
No.
Nah, you don't. You don't like jumping rope?
No.
When I come to Florida, we got to jump some rope, bro.
I can do it. I'll jump rope.
You just don't like it?
I like it. I just don't like it, but I'll do it for sure. You know,
Yo,
like
listen. I remember I thought I was in such a zone, right? And I don't know, I messed up and I hit myself so hard. All my ancestors spoke to me.
Yeah.
And I had this red line across my back. I dropped to my knees. I was like, oh, I was like, what? The whole gym stopped. I was like, yo, you all right? I was like, no. And it's
Hey, that's I admire that honesty there, Mozzie, because I'm gonna tell you something. You shouldn't like it. You shouldn't like it. No. Listen, I'm gonna make it make sense for you. You shouldn't like it. You know why? Because you're not doing what you want to do. You're doing what you have to do and what you need to do.
Yep.
And when you prioritize things in that manner, it keeps you level-headed, huh? And it don't lose that either, because you got people out here and they'll talk foolish. Oh, I love training and this and that. No, because if you're doing it the proper way, that means that you're denying yourself things that you may love and places you may want to be, and all of that is called sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as you have something to sacrifice for, you'll always have a goal and achievement to shoot for. Never lose that. Never.
Yes, sir.
That's why you refrain from certain things. And that's why boxing is so important mentally. You refrain from certain things. You refrain from eating certain things when you got to make weight. You eat certain things when you don't like it, because it'll benefit you during your training. The thing with refraining from sexual activities, and I ain't trying to get you in trouble. I know you're in there with your dad. You know, when you refrain from certain things, that's a level of discipline. You understand? It's a mental
He has that
thing.
discipline. He has that discipline, put it that way. we already put that in his head a long time ago too. When camp is on, you know not to do nothing. Period.
That's right. That's right. You gotta
be there when you get done.
It'll be there. It'll be there. When I was younger in high school, man, I was chasing skirts so much, you'd have thought women were gonna disappear the next day. If I don't get this now, she's gonna go away. I'm like, you're gonna see her tomorrow. You know, but when you're 15, 16, oh man. But as you get older, it gets easier. And I'm gonna tell you, young king, you first of all, let me say this: you have both your parents in your life.
Yeah,
both of them. You're already winning, because in our community, that's weird to have. It's looked at like it's not normal. I didn't come up like that. It's like you don't have both parents in your house. You know, I don't know what's going on with you. You know what I'm saying? I love the fact that, you know, mothers are always celebrated, justifiably so. But when I see the father in the mix, that hits me here, because that's not normalized. It's not. And there's going to be people that's not going to like you because of that man sitting next to you right now.
You know what?
Be prepared for that. You see, do you really see what Devin Haney goes through with Bill, with his dad, how they treat him? Get ready. Because I'm telling you, you're in the heavyweight division, you start flatlining these dudes, and people start, because we're going to talk about you. And they're going to hate us for talking about you. And they're going to hate you for being around us. but all we see is the work.
Yep.
Get ready for that. Get ready for that. There's going to be people looking to offset what you do because of what you represent. Your mom's in the chat. Your dad's right there talking. You sitting here. You're young. And we're talking about, we see what you're doing. And we're celebrating that now. We're celebrating that right now. And once you start touching those 6-figure paydays and life start looking better for yourself, that's when the devil going to show his face. And he not going to show up looking mean. He's going to show up looking like this. Hey, I want to help you. Hey, I'm going to come down to your gym and I'm going to, nah, nigga, I don't know who the fuck you are. And they're going to look like you. And they're going to talk like you. And those are niggas that are going to poison your goddamn water.
Yeah.
Deontay had to learn that. He didn't know. His problem, not problem, but the issue with him was people mistook his kindness for weakness and they took advantage of him. You know what I'm saying? Bill could have called off the fight with Ryan Garcia when he missed weight. And he could have fought the kid on the undercard that got the win. I think his name was Barrosa. He got the win, but I was there. He lost to that Irish kid. I watched it. I said, nah, he ain't win that. But they made a business decision and they learned from it. It's called failing forward. But you already got the one up because you got both your parents in your life. I want to take a moment to shout out Cheyenne in the Cash App. Heavy salute to you. I appreciate you with the cat logo. That's what's up. Cat avatar. Yeah, man. This is great stuff, man, and we're here to support. You know what I'm saying?
One thing real quick.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry about that. One thing real quick. You made a statement about both parents in his life. That's what we think that slowed him down from getting out there by a lot of people. You know what I mean? Because he didn't have that sad backstory. Like we used to always joke, tell them I'm in jail. You know what I mean? Tell your mom because he's the oldest of 5. So tell your mom she a single parent, got 4 kids. I mean, you trying to box to get your mom out that predicament, and that would get him where he had to go. You know what I mean? But no, I was always there. So you know what I mean? Yeah, and I got a loud voice. So
this is how backwards we are as a community.
Yeah, exactly. That shit crazy.
It's weird. They celebrate a guy like I keep going back to Tank because he's the standard to negativity. And for the life of me, I'm like, how are they celebrating this kid? He's messing up out loud. And he's not even who people think he is. Because his OGs were the gangsters and they kept him out the street. But they didn't raise him to be a man.
Tell them what Paulie said about Devin, what he finally ended up admitting about Devin.
He didn't
Paulie Malignaggi.
Paulie Malignaggi didn't like the fact that Devin has a father in his life. I mean, think about that. Not that Paulie's used to being around black guys in the industry that has a sad story, single parent household, drugs, guns, from the hood. And what do they say about Devin all the time? Oh, you a schoolboy. You grew up nice. You had a Mercedes in high school. So the fuck what? He's in there kicking everyone's ass. Right now, I can drive up I-95 about 30 miles to Connecticut. And there's some nerdy white boys with books in their hand and they looking all frail. They will kick your ass because if you look real carefully, they got cauliflower ears. They into this MMA shit all day. These ain't the white kids that I came up with that was scared of black people. You look at them and say, boo, they go running. You say, boo, they be like, oh, they scream back at you because they want to smoke. They want to try that key lock that they've been practicing in the gym the other day. They want to fuck you up. And you can outweigh them by 150 pounds. They want all the smoke. This ain't the 70s no more. These kids, so I'm telling you, it don't matter where you came up with, where you came out. Man, gone are the days where, and that's what HBO used to do. When they talked about a black fighter, you heard the funk music, boom, 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 boom.
Yep, exactly. Always, that shit pissed me off.
It was bad. And then they show some ghetto, and then they make the fighter walk down the street with his hands in his pockets. I'm like, this nigga
like the beginning of a black exploitation film. You know what I mean?
Yes. Or they're in some tight ass house and he got 30 brothers and sisters. And daddy
got one bed. You got one bed and 2 couches.
And y'all shared pair of pants. You know, it's like, man, when does that stop being our story? You understand? And it's never, it wasn't us, the majority. You had to fight to get out the hood. How about, yo, I just tried it and I'm good at it, and here I am. What happened to that?
That's where
What
he
happened
at.
to that, man? Man, get the fuck, man. This is wild. It's disgusting. And Paulie told on himself when he said that shit. I said, man, wow, you can't stand that you came across a proper black person with a proper upbringing, with his dad in his life, and he's great at what he does, and he's overshadowing your Sicilian ass because he's not Italian, he's Sicilian.
Yeah, he's Sicilian. Yep.
Because every time I saw him in public, he wore his fitted to the side. He had cornrows. He from Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. Bensonhurst, of all places. Talking crazy. If you know, you know. So he's jealous. He's jealous. But hey, Mozzie, look, man. When I come down to Florida, I'm sorry, man. We're gonna have to jump some rope, bro. So I'm just gonna show you what you're gonna be dealing with, man. We got to jump some rope. We got me and you, bro. I'm just get ready. Study some tape. All right. We're gonna jump some rope. Nothing crazy. And I had a cold this day. All right. So just we gonna jump some rope. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. So we're gonna get some cardio in. Hopefully my goddamn knee better. Just nothing crazy, man. We're just gonna be up in there, just turning some rope, gonna hit the bag and some stuff. I'm not sparring. You're not knocking me out.
I haven't seen Mozzie jump rope like that since he was like 12. Actually, I'll give you a weight. Since he was like 130. That's when he moved that much jumping rope.
Mozzie, you 6'2", right?
6'5".
6'5".
You 6'5"?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
boxer is just my pro debut height.
Oh, whoa! Because I'm only.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm 6'4".
Yeah.
I'm 6'4". Yep, and my other son, my other son's 6'6".
What?
Yep.
Oh man, this is great stuff.
Yeah. His little brother's taller than him.
Oh man, he likes sports.
Nope.
Nah, he's a gamer.
Damn.
Gamer on a full-time job.
My nephew is 18 and he's 6'1", and he's not done growing. We was walking through the park, and I was just talking to him, and we just walked past like the basketball rim, and he just for no reason jumped up with two hands and grabbed it, and I stopped and looked at him. Bigger than mine, and I said, "Yo, my man, you don't like?" He says, "Nah, you know, he's in the computers and shit." And I'm looking at him. I'm like, man, he got the cuts, man. If he just ate a little more and worked out with me, he'd get bulky. But he just, you know, it's so he could palm a basketball. What is going on, bro? I mean, I could dunk. I need a running start though. He just jumped up and grabbed it with two hands. Oh, it's just so frustrating. You kids, man. You guys are just bigger, man. But damn, man, you 6'5"?
Yeah.
Wow, man. Wow, man. Moses Atuma is the same height, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Nah, he's 6'3".
He's 6'3". Whoa, what?
Yeah, it's
6'4".
Yeah, maybe 6'4", but it says 6'3" a couple times. So a lot of people always compare them too, and they always look at Mozzie's box rec for his height. They really don't realize. Like we tried to tell, no, this motherfucker's 6'5". He's been growing. He grew like 6 inches in 3 years. Like no lie.
That'll do it. Yo, I think the heavyweight division is food for you, bro. I think it's food, man. I'm dead serious, man. You know, if you was British, you'd be on. I'm telling you, Frank Warren, he'd have you in a dungeon somewhere. He wouldn't want you talking to anybody because as soon as somebody falls, he'll insert you in the card. You know what I mean? And right now, Frank Warren, Queensberry, they got all those heavyweights. And those some big brothers, but skill set wise, they're not crispy. If you get what I'm saying, they're not crispy.
Oh yeah.
You're boxing like I said. I told Stormy, I said this kid's boxing like you've been doing it. Like you've been doing it for 30 fights by now. And it reminds me of the 1994 Houston Rockets. You know what I remember about that team? Sam Cassell and Robert Ory was rookies, bro.
Rookies, yep, they was rookies.
and they played like they've been in the league 10 years, bro. They played like they've been in the league 10 years. They were killing the Knicks. And Cats was like, yo, who these dudes? They were rookies, bro. Legitimate threats. Those guys was rookies. And they won the chip.
Yeah.
They won the chip 2 years in a row, 94, 95. That's just what it is. So when I watch you, I'm like, man, it might be one of those situations. You know, Michael Jordan didn't want to play basketball. He wanted to play baseball. But he, you know, he was a savant when it came to ball. And the fact that you're comfortable in there, and you said you was nervous, but your training didn't abandon you. You did it. Yeah. You did what came second nature. You ever been buzzed in sparring or in a fight yet?
Sparring, yeah. Fight. No.
Okay, that's very important because it teaches you what to do. I mean, I've heard some stupid shit in the gym. There was a trainer, but he was retarded. He liked getting his fighters buzzed just to see what they can do. But I'm like, yo, you can fucking hurt somebody like that. He was a dick anyway. I wouldn't recommend it.
You want to see that? Have him spin around in circles. They don't got to get punched.
Yes, exactly. This dude want to see. No, I want to see what happens when you get hit. You got to get hit. I'm like, man, I'm gonna hit myself up out of here, man. Fuck you. You ain't doing that. You know, the 80s was the Wild Wild West, man. Oh, y'all know Mitch Green? Mitch Blood Green?
No, sir.
The guy that had the street fight with Mike Tyson?
Oh, I heard about it. I didn't know that was his name.
Mitch Blood Green was a menace inside the ring and out. He was 6'5". He had a long jerry curl. He was a black spade out here in the Bronx. He was a gang member, and he wanted that Mike Tyson smoke. And Mike didn't knock him out either. Well, in the street when they fought, he slept him, but in the boxing ring he didn't. Mitch Green, there was a boxing camp out here in the Bronx at Roberto Clemente State Park, and that was my babysitter. You know, my dad, you know, he was a police lieutenant at the time. He said, "All right, go down to the gym. Don't make no trouble. Just hit the bag while I'm working." So Mitch would come in there, he beat up all the guys, right? And I remember he looks at me. I was barely 10 years old. And he said, get in the ring, man. Little man, get in the ring. So I get in the ring. He takes his headgear off with that jerry curl and sweat and slops it on my head.
Yeah, that has to be the worst feeling.
Oh my God! He put it down and went on my lips, and I was like, ugh. And he says, "Come on at me, come at me!" And I'm trying to hit him, and he's bouncing around the ring, and people are laughing. He's putting his hand on my head, and but he was good, man. He was real good. He always had a girl with him. Years later. In the late 90s, I'm on a train. I'm on a 4 train. And see this guy sitting there. These 2 white guys get off by Yankee Stadium. And he looked, and I'm looking at them. And the guys look, they're like, yo, that's Mitch Green. And I look, I said, oh shit. And he had a bad drug problem. So my stop came up and I hit him on the shoulder. I was like, blood, blood, blood. He walked up and looked at me. And I just told him, I said, yo, thanks for everything, blood. He said, huh? I said, yo, Roberto Clemente, 1984. And I know he didn't recognize me. He just looked, he said, oh, I remember Clemente, yeah. And I dapped it up, left him on the train, whatever. But he was dusted out. I think since then, you know, he got into the church and I think he, you know, found Jesus, and I think he's a pastor or something like that. But yeah, that's my little story about that. He could have, if he kept at it and was able to keep the street shit away, even after the Tyson loss, Mike Tyson was knocking everybody out. And James Tillis stopped the KO streak, and Mitch Green, I can't remember if it was after Tillis. It was definitely after Tillis. I don't know if it was the next fight after Tillis, but Mike didn't knock him out either. if he was able to stay focused, he probably could have made some waves back in the 80s, man. But I guess the lesson in that is, man, always remain focused and listen to your parents, brother. Listen to your parents. Listen to your parents, man. It should be second nature. Listen to them. They ain't gonna steer you wrong. If there's something you need, I am now a phone call away. You know what I mean? You text me if you want, as you progress, I could, create a meeting of the minds, probably get you on the phone with Bill Haney, get you on the phone with Deontay, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we have a direct line to these people, if they could offer any kind of advice, you know what I mean? But that's what community is to us. Cause you might 7 fights from now, you might say, hey, I don't want to do this shit no more. We still here, brother. We still here. Still here.
Gotcha.
But I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. Thank you guys for
thank you for having us.
Man.
Yeah, man. And whatever you need, man, whatever you're doing next, let us know. We're also super cool with the Donaires. They're in Asia right now because Nonito got a fight coming up. Elijah Pierce.
Nonito called one of his fights.
He was at my fight in December. He was a commentator in Orlando at the WBA convention.
Oh wait, Orlando over the summer?
Nah, December.
December, yeah.
Wait a minute. Oh, December, because there was a tournament in Orlando, but it was more in the summer, and I was there. He was commenting.
The summer I fought in Orlando.
Okay.
MVP.
Okay. The one before that, he was some tournament in Orlando.
Yeah, he's always down there.
I drove over and I was hanging with them.
They always down here. Like I said, they called his last card in December too. So he should know his name. Put it that way.
Yeah, I'm gonna text him in a minute. Me and Nonito got the same birthday.
Look at that. Him and Ali got
the same birthday. Usyk.
You and who?
Ali and Usyk got the same birthday.
Oh wow. This might be your calling.
Yes.
Calling. I don't know. You could jump the line. Maybe you can catch Usyk on the way out. You could jump the line. Jump the line, man. I didn't know you were 6'5", man.
Yeah.
Goodness, man. You a problem, bro. You about to be a whole problem out here, man. I like it, man. So, yo, man, Black Martial Arts Society. What part of, because Black Martial Arts Society is down in Florida too. Y'all in where again?
Sarasota.
I trained in St. Petersburg.
Oh, by St. Petersburg.
Yeah.
Because
he trained in St. Pete.
Oh man, this is dope, man. This is dope. So when I know I'm coming down there, I will call y'all ahead of time because I'm gonna be down there. I would be down there at least a week.
We're gonna make it happen.
Absolutely, man. Well, man, blessings to you guys.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you for having us.
Yeah.
Can't wait till the next time.
That's right. Just, whenever you guys need, man, just holler. Just holler.
Yeah. And you
guys make sure you check out my Tuesday tussle.
Yes. Make sure you check out Stormy's Tuesday tussle.
Oh, most definitely. We definitely will.
Absolutely, man. Love you guys, man. I'll talk to you guys
soon. Till next time.
Oh man, that's so dope, man. That's so dope. I didn't know the young man was 6'5". Well, I thought he was 6'2".
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So the Atuma fight, it seemed because the camera angles, Atuma looks like a big boy. He is. He's a big boy. But there's something about the camera work. With what I call the high production, and then the camera work when you see Damazion fight, because, and that's another thing. Now I'm looking at the guys who's beating up. 2 of those guys look bigger than him. He was beating the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Oh man, Lord have mercy. And he's 21. He hasn't reached his peak yet, man. Oh, goodness. Listen, man, this young man's about to be a whole problem. I love the fact that he got both his parents in his life, man. They have a small circle. Man, I mean it. Whatever they need, man, I promise you, if I could be of any of assistance, I'm a phone call away because I want their success, man. I want their success, man. He's such a good. Don't he look like he's 12 though? He look like a 12-year-old boy, don't he?
Yep.
Does he even have facial hair? Man, my nephew, he got a little peach fuzz on his chin now. I said, where'd you get that from? You know, uncle, I'm 18. I'm like, man, shave that shit off, man. You're a little baby. My goodness, man. My goodness, man. This is good stuff, man. But you know, man, whatever we could do, man. The kid is soft spoken, way above average skills, way above, man. He was in there fighting, like you can tell there's a gap in skill set with the guys that he fought. Now, as he progresses, he's gonna get tested. And I have faith that he'll rise to that occasion. So we're here for it, man. We're here for it, man. We're here for it, man. I'm rooting for them. Definitely rooting for them, man. Definitely. Yeah, so Stormy, I'm gonna get out of here. I know you're at work and there's something else I gotta do. But man, this was great, man. This was great. Everyone remember this. When Mozzie's headlining on a pay-per-view or some shit, remember this show. Remember this show.
Good job, man. Very good job with them.
Yes, sir.
I get excited when I see good young fighters. You know, I feel the same way about Abdullah Mason. You know, watching him. You know, same thought and feel for him. I feel that same thing for Shushu. You know, these are young guys that are. Well, Shushu is about 28 now, I think. Mm-hmm. But still young in the sport. But at the same time, you just want to see the best for these guys, you know?
Yes. 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 We salute these guys, man. We salute these guys, man. Man, salute to y'all, man. Thank y'all for rocking with us. Y'all make sure y'all share the video. Man, and Damazion Vanhouter, man. Y'all make sure y'all remember the name. Y'all write it down. And this ain't gonna be the last time you see him here. And let's do what we do. All we do is support. You gotta remember, Devin Haney got his start on YouTube. A lot of y'all that are just Johnny come latelys, y'all don't know that. He made his name on YouTube. Bill, Black Fight Fan, in 78. You know what I mean? Made their name on YouTube. This is where it happened. And we got the word out and we helped them. They saw value in us and we definitely see value in him. And look at the brother now. Look at the brother now, you know? So this was great, man. This was great. This is great, man. So I'm going to run, bro. Stormy, I'm going to talk to you. And
yes, sir.
All right, good brother. Have a safe tour. And salute to everybody that rocked with us this evening. Y'all make sure y'all go follow Mozzie Vanhouter on all social media and support the young king. Support his pops. The parents is in the chat, man. And this is what community is about, man. This is a very heartwarming show for me because this is all I want. This is all I want, man. This is what community. We are the Lions Den boxing community. We're not a gang. We're not a set. We're a community. Take that, haters. Bronx on deck.
Move! Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.